The development of hydroelectric dams in the Western Balkans is creating a flood of debate. For some, infrastructure like this Tito-era barrage built 50 years ago represents a model for future green energy production. But for others, such projects, both big and small, are the focus of contention and outcry.
Bosnia and Herzegovina depends on dirty coal. Hydroelectricity is a cleaner alternative, but there are protests against dams and barrages. We are going to find out why.
We begin with this hydropower project on the Trebišnica River. It was long left half completed. Only what's called the lower horizons was finished. But now the so-called upper horizons part has been given the green light for construction. This has caused deep dismay at Hydropower Plateau, one of the richest wetland reserves in Europe. It's a protected site home to more than 240 types of migratory bird. Zoran Matuljak heads the Adriatic Freshwater Division of the World Wildlife Fund. He takes us on a boat trip to the heart of Hydropower Plateau.
Water is taken away from Hydropower Plateau for electricity generation. This amount of water that we have right now, it's just half that is needed to support this sensitive ecosystem. This is one of last resort of Mediterranean wetlands, and this is under threat because of works that are going on the Upper Horizons project. In that case, this area is dead in 30 years.
To see the debate from the other side, we went to see preliminary construction works carried out in the Dabar dam project on the Upper Horizon site. The complex network of channels, tunnels, pipelines, artificial lakes and power stations will cost some 200 million euros. Željko Zubac, director of the Dabar project, meets his team.
We are here in this position. We have to finish this zone.
Yes, this part.
This part. It's a 12-kilometer long tunnel, which have main goal to transfer waters from this catchment area to the power plant Dabar.
The site is located in Republika Srpska, one of the two entities of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Our sources tell us that politicians have placed supporters within the Dabar company. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development refused to back the project, while companies from Russia, Turkey, France and Germany have pulled out. China stayed.
A very important and a huge argument for the building of Upper Horizons is to make the clean energy, because the Bosnia and Herzegovina have a lot of water resources, and the clean, green energy is our main goal with the building of this power plant.
The war in Yugoslavia halted the Upper Horizons plans. Later on, the project ran out of money. Today, negotiations with Beijing are ongoing. If the contracts are signed, the Dabar project could be completed in about 4 years. Construction manager Nenad Klačar envisions a remodeled landscape with the karst plains and mountain valleys being cultivated by farmers.
In winter, during the 6-month period of heavy rains, this field is flooded by water from different sources such as underground springs, and so it cannot be used properly for agriculture by the owners. But this will change when we redirect the water.
The Upper Horizons project will drain the water to the power stations. The limestone karst works like a sponge. A multitude of sinkholes and communicating pipes have created a labyrinth system of underground rivers. So will this project take away water from the protected wetlands of Hydropower Plateau? The project director says no.
This is not the catchment area of Neretva River, and the Hydropower Plateau doesn't belong to this catchment area.
Environmentalists disagree. There are underground connections between the Dabar Valley and Hydropower Plateau, says Zoran Matuljak. Closing those sinkholes in the karstic rocks would interrupt the wetlands' water supply.
This is the last chance to save this fantastic place. We need 5 cubic meters per second in summertime. These 5 cubic meters are under threat because of Upper Horizons project. Any additional diversion of water would kill this place.
The spring at Buna is one of Europe's largest sources. It's filled by several underground rivers and channels and has water flows of 40,000 litres a second. There are fears the spring could suffer from upper horizons. We had a chat with local boatsman Haris Jusarevich.
It's better for the river not to build it. And of course for the people working on the river, but definitely first point is protect the river.
Here in the town of Konjic, the battles are being fought over small hydroelectric projects instead. Campaigner Amir Vasicic is angry about the dozens of tributary creeks that were diverted to feed the hundreds of small hydroelectric plants mushrooming across the Bosnian landscape. Our drone is able to secretly film the consequences of one such diversion.
The
problem is the two hydropower plants. They block fish migration. The fish cannot move upstream. There's no free river flow because the water is directed into pipes. The reason why fish, in particular trout, are threatened in this small river here is the dry waterbed. The hydroelectric company only releases 10% of the river water, so it can't flow freely, meaning the fish cannot swim upstream to their spawning grounds.
When the people of the village of Parsovici learnt that their river was also threatened, they mobilised to stop the building of 15 hydropower plants along the Neretvica Creek. When the machines arrived, the villagers blocked the access roads. As a result, the regional parliament banned the construction of small power plants.
We don't want to give our river away. The water for the river is really important for making a living in a rural community such as ours. 5,000 people depend on the river. The battle continues and we will carry on fighting until the very end, even if we have to die for our river.
Local elections are coming up this autumn in Bosnia and Herzegovina. As the debate ebbs and flows, politicians appear increasingly likely to pour cold water on smaller hydroelectric power plants and turn towards larger scale projects instead.